Hi, hello. Welcome to Yoke Stock English. Thank you so much for supporting my videos. Okay, recently Trump has closed down the education department. A lot of people are sending me comments that that is going to have an impact on Indian students internationally studying in the United States of America. Right. So we'll discuss about that in this video. Apparently, the Department of Education is created in around 1970s, like in 1979 or something. The reason for this, in America, everybody goes to the government school, those run by state government. Unlike India, we have a government schools and government teachers that's completely run by state government. And then most of the students goes to the private schools in India because they can afford. But in abroad, most of them will go to the government schools. There are some section of people that who earn good money, they will send their children to the private schools. These government schools will run by state department. How will they run? Where do they get the money? They get the money from the property tax that we are paying every month. So depend on your flat. If it is a flat, you have to pay certain money. If it is a big house, 3-bedroom house, you have to pay certain money. So based on that, your monthly property charges, tax charges will be decided by the local council. So there is a certain range, like a 10 miles, 20 miles, 30 miles, or in between that range, we have one borough, council borough. So that council will look after all the schools, street lights, roads, any people claiming benefits. All this will be run under the council. So this council will then pay the money to the schools run by state department. So in some areas, the very rich people living in some areas, like they're having villas, 6-bedroom houses, 7-bedroom houses. So there they will pay extra council tax. Means like they are rich, they will pay because of the facilities that they provide to them is different to the facilities you provide to these normal people. So in those councils, like they have some rich schools and some other areas normal schools, but more or less the education is the same. So in late 1970s, government has introduced the Department of Education. So that Department of Education will then provide certain amount to the schools, whereas disabled people, autism people, and if some people are studying using the student loans, so they will funding some schools from that education department, so that all the schools are the same. At the same time, they will have the same curriculum. For example, if we take as in India, CBSE, Central Board, CBSE curriculum is same in entire India. But the state department, they might have some different syllabus in the different states. But since the Department of Education created in America, they are following the same curriculum for every single state in United States. So certain section of the people did not like this, that we don't want that same curriculum. We will create our own curriculum. So we want to have our own curriculum into our schools. That is not possible under the Department of Education. So Trump, as per the election, he already told the people that I'm going to close the Department of Education because the Department of Education is not providing proper students, like the in the research, actually they come across this, the skill level for these students in mathematics is very low. So we are paying the money, but where is the skill level is coming up? So that skill level is not up to the mark. So that is the reason he thought that there is a lot of misfunding is going on. And recently there is a department created, and Doge department is created, that allocated to the Elon Musk. So they realized that these funds are misused and they are not properly creating the proper students using these funds. So that is the reason Trump is planned to close the Department of Education. As part of that, he closed the Department of Education, and not known at the moment, somebody goes to the court, or is this legally valid, this executive order, or do they have to put it in a parliament, or we are not known exactly. So by closing this Department of Education, most of the people in India are thinking that it has severe impact on the international students. But there is not much impact on international students a little bit of impact on international students. I'll tell you why. The students coming into the United States, they completely good to go for their education. They can go for jobs. There is no impact on this. Only the impact where it comes is like, this education department will spend some money on research programs. There are a lot of research programs happening in big universities, top rated universities, or even some state universities as well, public universities, private universities, state universities. So in that particular research program, there are a lot of professors are working under the program. Under these professors, our international students work as a part-time, help them. So they are getting some part-time jobs for these research programs. So what happens if the government of education stops spending money on these research programs? Eventually, the employment on that particular research program, who is working, the professors or assistant professors or some maybe the buildings owned by them, they all, end of the day, they all don't get paid properly. So that means these students who are helping them in a research program and gaining the knowledge will not get a job. So that is only the effect on this. Other than that, education is perfectly fine. Any international student comes and continue their education, and they can find a job and they can continue their life in the United States. So there is no impact on international students. Okay, friends, that's what I wanted to share in this video. If you like this video, please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.